By the end of this video, you will have created a website chatbot that you can add to your own website. Or if you're starting an AI agent and automation agency to sell your services to other businesses, you will be able to add a website chatbot to businesses that is versed on their FAQ, their terms and conditions, their privacy policies. Imagine being able to call a business and tell them you can have a website chatbot up for them within 30 minutes. That's the power you'll have by the end of this video. Let's start now. Want to see faster results? My community is packed with people who are already building and automating. Get access to their strategies and shortcuts. We're diving deep into the topics and I'm sharing all the best strategies. Join us. The link is in the description. I'll see you inside. This is one of the most sought after and sellable services you can do when building agents and workflows. This will create a chatbot for a website, and the chatbot will function off of documentation that we put in the vector database. So think of FAQs, pricing, terms and conditions, policies, whatever you need for the business to succeed with the chatbot, you can add to the vector database. So if you think of dentist office, doctor's office, nail salon, any type of retail location that needs an appointment scheduled or has questions around pricing, you can use this. If you're thinking of e-commerce websites, being able to have a chatbot there that can guide you through pricing, return policies, free consulting, anything you can really think of, the chatbot is really useful to so many businesses. And that is where you can generate revenue by offering your services or selling this to them or managing it for them, implementing it for them. And you'll see it's not that difficult to set up. And by the end of it, you'll wonder why all websites don't have a chatbot, because it really takes no time at all. It's not really difficult. It's no code, and it just offers such a great experience for the website visitor. First node we have here is a click to execute the workflow. The next node we want to add is an edit fields node. What we'll do here is go ahead and add, it's the file name, and for this example we will do an FAQ, right? So we'll upload an FAQ into the vector database and be able to chat with it. What you can do here is you can go ahead and actually add the Google Drive link. So I'm going to add it to Google Drive, which I've done. You'll just take the link of the file and paste it in here. So I have it. I'll drop it in. Next, we will go ahead and add Google Drive, download a file, and from here you want to have your Google Drive account connected, which we have other videos in the channel that goes through that. We also have videos on the school community that walks you through that step by step. Here we have resource file, operation download, and we'll go ahead from the list, or we can just do the URL. So I have the URL. I'll just go ahead and paste it in here, and there we are. Next, we'll go ahead and add Pinecone vector store. So Pinecone is the database, and for this, we will add documents to the vector store. So in this, you want to set up a Pinecone account, which we will walk through really quick on how to set up an index for that. And you can see from here, you'll be able to select an index. So once you create a Pinecone account, connect to your Pinecone API, which again, we have other videos on the channel that walk you through that. You can go ahead and select your index from here, which I do have the FAQ. And I'll show you how to set up Pinecone really quick. This is the Pinecone website. It's pinecone.io. Pinecone.io. You want to go ahead and sign up here. It's free to go ahead and get started. So you can go ahead and use your Gmail account or other email provider and set up an account. And then after you set up an account, you will be taken to a console dashboard, which I'll show you what that looks like now and walk you through how to create an index. We're here on the dashboard. So you want to come over here to the left side, indexes. We'll just come here. You can see I created that FAQ, but we'll go ahead and walk through creating an index. You want to click create an index. It's all, you can only use lowercase here, so we'll just call this FAQ2. And for this, you want to go ahead and select an embedding model. We will go ahead and select the 3 small. Here, important dimensions, 1536. You want to go ahead and adjust that. You want to stay serverless, AWS. You can leave all of these stock and then go ahead and click create the index. After you have created the index, so when you come into the Pinecone vector store, your Pinecone API, you've set that up. you will be able to see your index here from the list. So you'll be able to click the drop down and select the index that you created. What are we doing here? We are taking the FAQ, chunking it, and embedding it into a vector database. At a high level, what does that mean? We are taking an FAQ, we're turning it into bite-sized chunks, we're taking those chunks and embedding that into a three-dimensional plot, which is the vector database, and it organizes the information in a way that allows us to access it more efficiently. So this gives you the ability to chat with your documentation or chat with your FAQ, because we're going into the vector database, pulling the information and getting answers. So when it comes to the web chatbot, you'll be able to talk to your FAQ basically in this instance. But again, if you think of other businesses, or if you wanted the terms and conditions or pricing information, you can just as easily add that here so that your chatbot will be responsive to that information on the website. Next, we'll want to go ahead and add the embedding model. So do you remember when we created the index, we went ahead and selected OpenAI's model. So we'll just come here, we'll type in OpenAI, we'll go ahead and use OpenAI. You have different options. 3 small is more than enough for this. And what we can do here is default data loader. We're not doing a JSON file. If we're not doing JSON, default to binary, because I uploaded a PDF. We'll leave this as is. Actually, we want to come in here and add a custom text splitter, and we'll just go ahead and do recursive. Chunk overlap. So basically, chunk size is how the chunks are, how large chunks are. Chunk overlap, you overlap the chunks a little bit more continuous with the data storage, so people like to put a little overlap there. So we can maybe do 100. The next node we want to add is our chat trigger, and here this is how we will set up the chat on the website. So I'll walk you through that, but first we'll go ahead and add the chat trigger. We'll go ahead and add a question and answer chain to the chat trigger. And here we are with the model. And again, we used OpenAI. So we'll go ahead and use the OpenAI chat model. 4.1 mini is fine. You want to go ahead and connect your OpenAI account. This is different than your ChatGPT. We have other videos on the channel and also in the school community that walk you through how to do this step by step. If you're having any issues, we do builds daily in the school community and answer all the questions there. We want to add a retriever. So here we will do a vector store retriever. And now remember, we used Pinecone for our vector store. Pinecone, you have your index set up because your API is connected, and we will go ahead and add the FAQ index. And now we just have the embedding model, which we used OpenAI, and 3 small, and there we are. So what are we doing here? We are going to add an FAQ from our Google Drive. We're going to chunk it, embed it, put it in our vector database using Pinecone, and now we have a chat set up that allows us to go into the vector database and retrieve answers. So if you're on the website, you can get the information that you need via the chatbot from the information that is stored in the vector database. Pretty cool. The next step is to go ahead and make the chat public and show you how to add the chat to the website. So we'll come to when chat message is received. We will go ahead and toggle this on to make it publicly available. Right now, we have the initial message of, "Hi there, my name is Nathan. How can I assist you?" So this is what the folks on the website, the visitors on the website, will see when your chatbot pops up. So in this case, we have Nathan. I don't like Nathan. I like Nathan's a great name. What is the name of the chatbot in the movie Her? I just had to Google that, but we got the answer. In the movie Her, the name of the chatbot is that your final answer? Samantha. All right. Hi there, my name is Samantha. How can I assist you today? So this is what the visitor will see. we have the chat URL. So what you can actually do here is you can copy this, go into your browser and see what it looks like. Just paste the URL into the browser, which we will do. So here we have the URL pasted into the browser so we can see the chatbot is here. Hi there, my name is Samantha. How can I assist you today? This is what we'll go ahead and add to the website just to have a little pop-up in the corner, but as you can see, it's working. The important thing to note, to make this live, you actually have to toggle on this, so it'll be inactive. You have to make it active for the chatbot to have the ability to be online. So just make sure you have this on active. We want to go ahead and change this from hosted chat to embedded chat, and we'll click here to get the instructions on how to add this to the website. So if we come over here, we scroll down and we find this CDN embedded. All right, so what we have here is the webhook URL. We'll just put our URL into here. So if we come back here, we see our chat URL up here. All we'll do is drop this into this section and then put this into the website that we have. So I'll walk you through an example of mine. So I'll go ahead and copy this, and I have a website set up that we'll go ahead and add this to. Here's a website, and I'm using Unbounce here. It's just a very easy way to build websites. It has very quick load times in terms of maybe a one page, just a landing page website, whether it's on mobile or desktop. It loads really quick and it's very easy to build. So it's not the cheapest option by any means, and I'm not being paid to promote this, although I wish Unbounce did, because there are other options out there. But anyways, so you just want to come into whatever website provider service you're using and just go down to JavaScript, and we'll be able to add the chatbot through that. Here in JavaScript, I went ahead and added the link in the header, and then also for the body tag, I went ahead and added the script. So we have the webhook URL here as well. So this is the one that we brought over from N8N. And now if we go to the website, we should see the chatbot in the bottom right. And I don't know if Samantha will be there or Nathan will be there because we went from hosted to embedded. I don't know if that impacts the edits that we made. So we can go ahead and go to the website now and see the chatbot. Judgment-free zone on the website design, I think it's cool. 2 robot hands almost touching, AGI, get it, you know? Anyways, we have the chat function in the bottom right. I don't know if it's gonna be Samantha or Nathan because we did toggle between hosted and embedded a few times, and I don't know if that impacts the edits that we made, but anyways, we have Nathan. So we can go ahead and talk to this chat on the website. Again, this is pulling from the FAQ that we uploaded from Google Drive into our vector database and now set this up. So we can go ahead and ask, what services do you offer? And here we have an answer. This is some of the information pulled from the FAQ. What industries? Asking it another question, what industries do you specialize in? And now we went ahead and asked that, and here we go. We specialize in healthcare clinics, real estate, etc. Actually, pretty wild that every website doesn't have a chatbot. We just set this up, no code, really no code, technically a little bit of code, in no time at all. And now this is fluent on the FAQ. You can add terms and conditions, you can add a policy document, whatever you wish to add that will help the user of the website purchase more, get more information, but it really moves the needle for businesses. This is the easiest thing to set up and probably the most in demand. The amount of messages I get from folks who want to set up a chatbot on their e-com website, it's the most in demand request, or one of the top 3 for sure, because it's such a low-hanging fruit in terms of actually moving the needle on revenue and customer experience, right? You're looking around a website, design might be questionable, this design is interesting, but if you're looking for information on a website, it's a couple pages deep or it's not that clear, you can just talk to Nathan, Samantha, whoever you name the chatbot, and get answers immediately. It really changes the customer experience the top line revenue for the business. It can cut down on customer service requests because people are actually getting answers on the website. And again, it's an opportunity for you to sell your services. So now you have an actual product that you can actually go and sell to all different sorts of businesses and say, hey, I can add a chatbot to your website. Yeah, I can do it in 30 minutes, and see how many people will say yes to that. So anyways, that's the build. We'll check the entire workflow just so you can see it one more time, but I hope you use it and I hope you implement it. So to summarize what we did, we took an FAQ, we put it into Google Drive, we chunked it, embedded it, stored it in a vector database, and now added a chat function to a website so that we can talk to it. This took no time at all. Every website can easily have a chatbot on there to help the folks visiting the website, but maybe also more importantly, help the business survive, get more top line revenue, cut down on customer service requests because people get answers from the chatbot instead of looking around some interestingly designed website that will have you pulling your hair out trying to figure out the most basic information. Call a business and say, hey, I will get you a chatbot in 30 minutes. See what they'll say to you. It's the easiest automation and agent to sell. It provides value to so many people. It's such a relief to show up to a website and you actually have a functioning chatbot and not just some chatbot that doesn't work. You can easily implement this. I hope you use it. I hope you found the build useful, and I hope it generates revenue for you and also some businesses that you reach out to.